Welcome to the Omziel Healing Sanctuary. We're giving you bite-sized information for you to take in your daily life. I'm here again with a great friend, Dean Masoud. We're in North Bergen, New Jersey. He is our official photographer for the Omziel Healing Sanctuary. So I figured we'd sit down for a little bit and talk about why. Why do you take pictures? You know, what drew you to it from the beginning?
I'll tell you a story, right? Um, I was helping my friend achieve his dreams. At the moment, it was about him being an artist.
Mm,
He needed someone to photographize or take photos
mhm,
of that, right? In the process of me doing so, he actually had a camera that he gave me to help.
mm,
When I was using the camera, he noticed how natural I was aligning the picture with the frame and this and that. He said that I had a knack for it.
mm,
From there, he told me, "Hey, Dean, why don't you take this camera with you for a couple months,
mm,
and we'll continue shooting. We'll meet up to do that. But take the camera home, and I want you to just get used to it, practice with it,
mm, mm,
get real comfortable." And in doing so, I fell in love. I
mm,
started capturing everything,
mm,
every moment. And that's the thing that really, really captivated me. It was me being able to see a moment unfold, and then me wanting to show that to somebody else
mm,
exactly the way I saw it, so that they can get a feel of what it is that I saw.
mm,
So then that's when the new passion sparked up.
mm,
I wanted other people to see what I saw.
mm,
I wanted other people to feel what I felt
mm,
in these moments.
mm, How long have you been doing it?
7+ years.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
That's why you're so good at it.
yeah. Like now it's just second nature now.
Right. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. My old man used to take a lot of pictures also. And just a quick story. My father wasn't the type of person that took pictures and then sent them to be developed. He got the liquids and everything. He made himself a dark
Mm,
room and everything. He developed the photos
mm,
himself. So he was very, creative like that. That's probably why we're drawn to each other and, the artistic side of it. I see it there and I'm drawn to that too. So, why don't you tell me about, some of the stories that you've had with some of the people that you've taken pictures with and how they feel about some of these things that you provide?
So every time I have an experience, whether with a friend or a client, one feedback that they give at the end of it is they tell me that they felt like a celebrity. They
Mm,
for a whole day they actually felt like someone that had value in this world,
mm,
not because we are valueless
mm,
regularly, no,
mm,
but rather because when we were shooting,
mm,
we always had eyes on us from the public, and that was just a new feeling for people.
mm,
So they would always express telling me that they felt like a celebrity at the end,
mm,
which I found that amazing, because I tell people you are
right, right, right.
I mean, if you know me, right? If you
Right, of
know me.
course. Yeah. And then you
Um,
show them. You're like, look. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Another thing that really really helped was me seeing the smile on people's faces when I
Mm,
had showed them those pictures,
mm-hmm,
right? And just the smile of even capturing the moments. Some of my clients, for example, would tell me after an event that they felt like I wasn't even there. And I think
mm,
that is a compliment, because during
right.
an event you want to be immersed in all the guests that come around to
Mm-hmm,
your party. You don't really want to worry about the photography or that. You want that to be taken care of. And clients would tell me that they would see all these beautiful pictures and still feel like I wasn't just flashing everybody in their face.
right.
Right. I think
Yeah.
that's also an important skill as a
Mm-hmm,
photographer,
mm-hmm,
not to be so intrusive to the moments, to allow the moments to be unfolding naturally.
right.
Capturing the people's natural smile was a great highlight in mine. It was waiting
Mm-hmm,
for the right moment, like,
mm-hmm,
and I would be so nonchalant in the events. I would have the camera down and I
mm-hmm,
would just
mm-hmm,
wait. And I would and I study psychology, so I would know the cues of when people are about to hug or laugh or smile.
mm-hmm.
When that cue comes in,
You're
and I
ready. You're
capture the
ready.
moment.
Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. You've been covering some of the ice plunges and different events here at Omziel, and it's been incredible, bro. Like some of the content that I put out on social media, most of it comes from what you've provided to us, and some of the images that you've provided, the capturing that moment, like right in the ice, like the water splashing, and like when they're in it, or that effect when the water hits them freezing, they're like, oh, and you just right at that moment, man. It's beautiful.
I
Yeah.
remember capturing the reflection within the water
Mm-hmm.
of whoever was in the ice plunge,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
would catch the reflection, and their the look that they had, it was like they were in a deep trance.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what I really also enjoy about photography, is you could speak a mood, right, with the correct lighting or the correct angle. You could make a picture, like they say, speak 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it does, I know. And then some of the video that you've caught also, like I put
I
some
I
pieces together.
I love videography too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm continue pursuing it. I'm gonna have my own movies, etc., etc. Photography was just the beginning.
That's great. There is one ice plunge that you covered. The owner from CrossFit ECF was here, and a couple of other brothers too. You got some great moments, man. There was one by the wind chime that you started, and you got some close up with the ice, and Toto, the tattoo artist for Omziel too. He was there too, and I put it together with some software that you helped me out with, and that's one of my favorites, man. Yeah, it's just something about it, like it just the mood, the energy, like you caught it, man. You got it, like right on
that's
point, bro.
that's the beauty to it all, to the art of photography.
Mhm,
When people look at the pictures or videos as you just did,
mhm,
it allows you to relive the moment.
mhm,
You know,
mhm,
I like to pitch to my clients, for example, hey, um, imagine if you could freeze your moments
mm,
and visit them whenever.
mhm.
Right. So
Right.
I'm glad that that is a feeling that was emulated.
Yeah, for
When
sure. For sure. On a deeper level, I do feel that uh, pictures and videos too are here at this time in this realm for humans for a purpose. It's
mm,
a teaching. It's
mm.
trying to show us something about those memories, whether good or bad. I mean, you see a picture, you're like, wow, that was great. And then other times you're like, oh man, I was I was immature. I was, yeah, and look at my hair. What was I wearing? And so, some of those
It's
things.
true. It's true. It
And
can be
then
very reflective.
yeah, and then family too. Like, oh yeah, I remember so and so. Like, ah, they're not with us anymore, but I can look at them and I can remember.
In a way, it almost makes pictures timeless,
Right,
right?
right, right. It does. It helps. I mean, I have family pictures too, and just can't help but start looking at them, and they're there, man. I tell you, my dad was heavy into it. He had one of those cameras where you look down, but the lens was looking forward.
Yeah.
Those are old,
Interesting.
old.
Interesting.
Yeah, those are old time.
Ah.
Yeah.
I remember watching a series recently, 100 Years of Solitude,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it in
Yep.
it it showed you when the first camera was invented,
Mm.
and it was practically the same thing. You're looking down, even though the painting thing is looking, and you see the guy. He turns an hourglass because it needs to the participant needs to stay still for 1 minute completely, so that
Mm.
the picture can be taken. It was just that old.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. That makes me think of a documentary I seen about this man who took pictures in New York City, and they were with the cold water flats, where there was a room filled with like a family of 8 or 9 sleeping in one room. These were immigrants coming from other countries. And he would just go and capture the film like that, with the
Right, with
blanket
the
over and stuff like
yeah.
that. And the story was like he was carrying like 150 pounds of equipment up
That's
these steps of these
crazy. Oh
brownstone tenement
wow.
buildings. Yeah.
That was real life.
Yep. And then there was another documentary too. What was the woman's name? Someone picked up the box. He went to one of those sales, and they said, "Just give me $50. Whatever's in the treasure chest, you can have it." And he did. And when he brought it home, it was filled with rows and rows and rows of film. Meyer, something Meyer.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was a award-winning documentary too.
Hmm.
but she was taking pictures everywhere throughout the city, and people of all ages, size, everything, and they were like, wow, beautiful. So,
That reminds me of another photographer that I met along the way.
mm,
I don't know if I met him in person, probably seen him in social media, but
mm,
his way of style was going to the city, for example, and taking a picture of different people, and the way he made the pictures look, he made each person seem like their own main character,
mm,
right? It was a beautiful lighting, right, showcasing the skin.
mm,
And then in the background, you see the buildings like centered perfectly by the shoulders so that it kind of just looks like their own scene. He was really good at that. And I'm sure his page is still up.
yeah.
Just all these inspirations and
Incredible.
right, right.
Incredible. Yeah. What do you think about what's coming up now? They have the invention of AI that they've released, and with photography and video, like it's changing the game.
It is,
Yeah.
and we could see it from both sides, good and
Mm-hmm.
bad, right? But let's highlight the good. The good is I'm glad the AI is coming aboard on this because there are so many moments that I've seen with my own eye that by the time I went to go and capture it, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, should the world not see what I see? That's where
Mm-hmm.
AI comes in to recreate what I saw to be real in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as long as we center AI to recreate reality, recreate what was real
Mm-hmm.
versus what isn't, right? I think that is a beneficial step forward, bringing AI
Mm-hmm.
in it.
Yeah.
So many moments that can be even
Mm-hmm.
in imagination, right?
Right.
That can be created, right? And that's to me that's astonishing of AI.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a lot of trickery there going on also, because I've seen some things. I'm like, nah, come on, man, you make it. It looks good, but you made it like with AI. It's
I think regardless of whether AI is on board,
mm,
I think when someone can create a picture naturally with
mm,
no alteration,
mm,
I think something like that will always stand the test of time.
right,
That's
right.
that's where it's gonna really separate the skill from, I don't want to say the word art, there's probably a better
Mm,
word than that.
mm,
But it's gonna separate it,
right, right, for sure, for sure. So the first book that was out, that was being copied, was the Bible, and it was by monks, and the common folks didn't know what it said because it was in Latin, and they were very pricey because they were hand copying them. But it was Gutenberg was the one who did the first printing press, and the first book that he made was the Bible. It was the grape squeezing technique where it would press the grapes to make wine, but he started getting letters and put ink on them, and then put paper, and then it was a faster process like that. But even still, most people were illiterate. So when they went to the temples, it was just the paintings. That was telling the story right there. Was the picture.
that's deep. That's deep.
Yep,
So
yep.
it's almost like pictures were more primal
Yeah,
than words itself.
exactly. And actually, it's more pliable too, because if you see a picture in Russia or in China or in Alaska, you see the picture. You
Yeah,
see,
it's
you're making
universal.
your own interpretation
Right.
of, like, wow, this guy is running from a bear, or like, you don't need to know the language.
To
It's
know
like,
what's going on.
exactly. It's almost like music. It's like jazz. That's why it's an art form. To take a picture, it's powerful, man. Yeah. I mean, there's been pictures taken, as you already know, they're timeless. Muhammad Ali standing over the guy. I mean, it goes on, like that.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Definitely shed some more awareness of how valuable pictures really are. You
Yeah.
know,
It's the purity of it, the essence. That's why when AI comes in, yeah, there's benefits.
that's
There
true.
is,
That's
but then
true.
it's like, where is the purity of it? Like
If
capturing that
if
moment. It was that one guy who got the.
if it's completely effortless, then it isn't entirely um, significant in
Mm,
regards to how you
mm,
caught the picture or caught the moment,
mm, mm,
right? So
mm,
to say like what we don't put effort into, we don't value
Mm-hmm.
as much.
Okay. Okay. That's true. That's true. Why don't you tell me about what do you see in the future for your business, and let's hear the name of your company and those things.
Dream Energy Productions, inspired by the thought that we all have dreams. And when we think about our dreams, there's this feeling, this vibration, this frequency, all these different words we could use that we feel internally that I identified. I'm going to call it dream energy,
Mm,
right? We all have that dream energy inside of us,
right.
right? And therefore, Dream Energy Productions is going to aim to bring people's dreams to life.
Mm,
And I could imagine helping people feel like main characters versus always having to be the ones consuming
mm,
the lives of others.
mm.
Why don't you shoot a movie for yourself? Right?
Right.
So we want to make it accessible to the public to shoot a movie,
Mm,
a documentary
right.
for each individual,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Um, and I want it to be as inspiring, has all of these different companies that have motion pictures, right, or famous childhood movies.
mm,
They've done an excellent
mm,
in projecting,
mm,
right. I want to continue the legacy of all of that,
mm, mm,
right.
mm, mm.
Um,
That's powerful. That's powerful, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. And how do you see the future company? How do you see it prospering and flourishing, and yeah, in what areas, you know?
I look forward to when I display more, and I feel like I have already. I have a giant portfolio regarding, but I look forward to when I team up with other directors as me, as myself, for example, and for us to be working on something together. I think when I get the chance to collaborate in other people's movies, it's going to give me more insight on how I can create these movies that I want to
Mm,
make. And
mm-hmm,
in the process of that, I will also build a team just off the networking and talking and meeting new people with the same interests. That eventually I could imagine me creating a proposal to sell them, to sell my networking, to get involved in this movie that I want to create,
mm,
right? And I could imagine it being like a community thing, right? I could imagine, for example, the Omziel Sanctuary. I could imagine a movie for you guys as well, right? Alone, right? And it would just act like an example for all the other
mm,
uh other and I like and the inspiration of this, of the dream energy, is that everybody has their own universe,
mm,
right? Every company has their universe that they want to brand to the world, and I just want to I want to be so good at it that I'm able to show that,
mm, mm,
right.
mm,
And I don't know everything yet, and as part of the process,
mm,
but at the same time, I think that's where the benefits of AI, for
mm,
example, can actually come in
mm,
and help me in the corners that I still need time to develop on my own,
mm,
right?
mm,
Right? Because I as the time is passing by, um, I want to still show the world uh, that we could create a movie,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's beautiful. I love that. I know you're working on different things too. We've spoken, offset too about, um, the schooling that you're working on
Yeah,
too, and these other
yeah.
progress. So
Another
this is
whole
this is a
dream.
whole
Yeah,
nother,
yeah.
interview type thing. So
That's right.
we'll work on
I
that.
have a whole nother dream. Other aside from making movies, I want to
Mm-hmm,
have my own academy, my own school,
mm-hmm,
and I have already been extensively working on my life coaching. In fact, I felt like I've been working on my life coaching for just as long as I've been doing photography. So right, so
mm-hmm,
7+ years. I
mm-hmm,
feel like officially now I have like 7+ years in life coaching now as well. So that's another development that's on its way.
That's great. That's great. That sounds like put something together for the podcast for sure.
Right,
All
right,
right.
right.
So thank you so much. And where can people find you?
So the names will probably change, but maybe this one name won't. You can find me on Instagram, dream underscore energy underscore productions. But
Mhm.
you will see eventually Dream Energy everywhere. I
Mhm.
gotta get it patented.
Of course, and you will, brother. Thank you so much for your time. There you have it, guys. Stay tuned for the next one.